sometimes it can feel really hard with dog training, just knowing where the first step is and where to begin. And I thought it was a good way to end the mental health week with this video. And I know of one person in particular who this video is really going to help, and hopefully a lot more people. So I'm going to be helping a guardian to learn to do the bucket game. And sometimes the hardest step is to just take the packaging off the item, or just to begin to become familiar with the item, especially if you're like us and you're autistic. So let's do it. And I've been putting this off too. Because sometimes things do just feel really scary, and for some people they might say, oh, it's just packaging, or you just need to crack on with it. But literally, some of us can't just crack on with it. There we go. And sometimes we just need that support to be able to be brave enough to take the packaging off, and that is a huge first step. So it doesn't matter if it's prepping treats or if it's opening your item from the packaging as the first step. It could be setting up your training station and you're all set to go, and then suddenly you feel you can't. That's okay. It's okay. You don't have to feel that you have to do a training session when you're not in the right frame of mind, when you don't feel safe enough. And sometimes your brain just holds you back, and that's okay. So just try again another day, and just take one thing at a time. So if you do one thing a week, that is wonderful, and you need to celebrate it because it's important. And it's important to feel safe, and also that you are able to do this process with your dog. There's too much emphasis on like doing everything with your dog, but dogs need sleep too, like 14 to 16 hours a day. So if you're feeling drained, you've got a chronic illness, again, like me, you're autistic, or you suffer with a form of PDA, and you just can't do it, it's okay. And I think it's more important that we as the dog training industry come forward and give you this message and tell you it's okay if you don't feel up to doing training today or tomorrow or by the end of the week. It's absolutely fine, because you're going to be your dog's primary caregiver anyway. You're going to be feeding them anyway, taking them out for a walk if you can, or letting them into the garden to go toilet, and most importantly, having snuggles with your dog. And sometimes just playing with them and listening to their communication when they bring you a teddy bear is really important, and that is beautiful in itself. So please don't put pressure on yourself, especially if you're working with a professional like myself, that we're going to be really cross or disappointed when you feed back to us you haven't been able to do the training, because we get it. And I, for one, have been there. Like I said, this was hard, just to take the packaging off, because it's another step and it's another journey. And I like to work with my dogs first and teach them the behaviour first, and then I like to film it so that dog guardians and even colleagues at home can have a go and try it as well. And that's a big process. Like, there's a lot to editing. And I show the raw material. So with having 4 dogs, stitching the videos together, getting rid of that background noise, and also doing the captions, auto captions, so that people can read along, and then checking the spelling when you're also dyslexic is a really big job. And sometimes that will take me an entire week to just do one tutorial. Whereas for someone else, they could probably bang out 5 of these videos a day. You are you, and your dog loves you. And as long as you're kind to them and you're loving to them, it doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't. Your dog would rather do training with you in a place of love and feeling safe and happy, and that you aren't anxious either. Not to say if you're anxious is a problem, but again, I'm not talking about anxiety of going out for a walk. I'm talking about the anxiety of just getting started. My dogs are really good, and they just bring me a toy and they just start telling me that I have to play with them. And if that's all that you can do with your dog, then that's absolutely fine. and you just find the time and the space for when you're ready to do training, and when you can embrace it. That's the most important thing. But please don't ever feel pressure, regardless of who you're working with, to do training when you're not in the right headspace for it. It doesn't matter how old you are or how experienced you are, we are human. And that's the most important thing to remember.